making crumble cookie, a red velvet crumble cookie. Okay, if you don't have patience, then you shouldn't be watching this. This is a cookie that you need to let rest in the fridge for some time. But at the end, it's the best thing you'll ever have. Okay, so yeah, I do have a recipe on top over here. I've been to this masterclass at Horeca School in Bucharest. Okay, so the red velvet cookie is, the red velvet cookie itself, but inside we're gonna have a cream cheese frosting. And on top we're also gonna have a cream cheese frosting with a red fruit kind of jelly stuff. Okay, so the ingredients for the cookie itself: 142 grams of butter, 123 grams of brown sugar, 99 grams of white sugar, 62 grams of egg. Now for egg, I'm gonna be doing 62 grams, not one whole egg, because grams as meaning as when you take the egg and you whisk it up together, and then when you have that whisked mixture, then from that 62 grams. Okay, so take the egg, beat it in a small bowl, then measure 62 grams. Then 7 grams of vanilla extract, red food coloring. Now, depending on what type of food coloring you have, you might need 2 bottles. I need 2 bottles because it's not really strong. If you have powder, depending on what type of red food coloring powder, you need to have a different amount of measurement. That's why I'm not saying the measurement. It's about what you like the red to be like. 277 grams of flour. I got here flour for desserts, but you can also use all-purpose flour. Any of them are fine. 12 grams of cocoa powder, 12 grams of cornstarch, 5 grams of bicarbonate sodium, 1 gram of baking powder, 2 grams of salt, so just a pinch, and then 300 grams of white chocolate drops. So like they're kind of like chocolate chips, but it's white chocolate. This is very important. You need white chocolate. I didn't find chocolate chips, so I bought 300 grams of white chocolate, and I'm just gonna chop it up. I'm also gonna be needing white chocolate for the rest. Now those only for the cookie. Now for the red fruit kind of mixture that goes on top, like the jelly, you need 242 grams of mashed fruit mixture. Now I've got this. It's kind of a jam, but it's more of the mixed side. Now I haven't got 242 grams, so therefore I'm gonna be adding this to a blender with some usual strawberries or forest fruit. Blend it up together so you get 242 grams of red berry jam. Okay, 62 grams of white sugar, 3 grams of agar-agar. Agar-agar is kind of like jelly, but it's more of the jelly that makes stuff very consistent. Normal jelly, if you leave it outside over time, it will just like become back into a liquid. Agar-agar keeps it well together, and it's better for making any type of like pastry with gelatin on top. And 1 gram of acid. It can be lemon, it can be orange, it can be pineapple juice, it can be anything, but 1 gram. Then for the cream cheese that goes inside, you're gonna be needing 173 grams of Philadelphia cheese, 37 grams of white sugar. That's it. Then for the ganache, cream cheese on top, you're gonna be needing 119 grams of this kind of like, it's like milk, but it's frothy. It's like how can I say this? In Romanian, it's smântână de gătit. We're gonna be adding some subtitles. So in Romanian, it's smântână de gătit, if you know what that is. And if not, I'm gonna be saying it in the comments what it is. 60 grams of just white chocolate. It doesn't need to be chopped. Just 60 grams of white chocolate, because you're going to be melting it, so it doesn't need to be chocolate chips. And then again 130 grams of Philadelphia cheese. That's all the ingredients, and I'm going to be starting to make the actual cookie. Okay, I measured my egg with the skin. It's 65 grams. Without the shell, it would be probably 62 grams about. So that's good. Whisk it up, and then yeah, this measuring will be the best friend for this recipe because you need to be very precise to get a good red velvet crumble cookie. I'm gonna be measuring out my ingredients, and I'll come back with you when I have them all together. Let me teach you how to whisk up with a spoon. You don't need a whisk to whisk up eggs. All you need to do, I know you can't see my face, grab the egg yolk and then do this motion. Sweeping it up kind of like. And then when you do it faster, you can have a perfect mixing tool. A blender or a whisk is very hard to clean up, so you can just do it with a spoon for the rest of your life. Okay, while I'm letting my butter cool, in another bowl, you're gonna be wanting to add your dry ingredients. The dry ingredients being the flour, the cocoa, the cornstarch, the bicarbonate sodium, the the baking powder, and the salt. Then you're gonna be wanting it to sift it very finely, because if you don't sift it, this will become a very clumpy mixture. It will be very rough. Mix all the dry ingredients together. Then, in a swift motion, keep mixing your dry ingredients and leave it on the side. While you're gonna be making that, leave your butter to become room temperature. I did a mistake and I kind of forgot about that, so I'm leaving it in the bowl to become room temperature. Then you're gonna mix your sugar with the butter and mix it until it's a very, very smooth mixture. Both type of sugars. For the sifting, so you have here a sift, and then you can either go like this or just beat it on the palm of your hand to get more at once. And I already said this, if you don't sift it, it will have clumps. Some recipes, it doesn't matter for you to sift it, but in this recipe, it's very important you do not have clumps. For the cocoa powder, what am I saying? You can add this, or you can also add instant coffee to it. The cocoa powder is just to enhance the flavor. So you can also add an espresso, kind of like these tubes with instant espresso. You can also add those. And then sift it very nicely. This is not to make it brown. Don't expect it to be brown. It's red velvet. It's red velvet. This is just to enhance the flavor, as I said earlier. Then sift everything through, mix it, and when your butter is very, very soft, mix it with the sugar. When it's a very nice mixture, add in your vanilla extract, and then I'm gonna tell you what happens after. My butter has been to room temperature, so I'm mixing it up to make very smooth. Then I'm adding in the sugar. Sugar goes in. Adding in the vanilla extract. And the egg. add in your flour mixture all in one go. Now we're not going to use the blender because you're going to make a big mess. Now to make this red velvet, of course you need a food coloring. So add in your food coloring to your preference of how red you want it. This is more purple red velvet than red velvet. So that's why I said be careful with your red food coloring. I mean, I don't think they're gonna mind. If this happens, then try add some, I don't know, like jam or something very red that won't take bitter taste. I mean, mine's just good enough. It's purple velvet, but I mean, red sometimes turns purple. Sometimes. Yeah. Now it's getting really hard to mix with my spoon. And anyways, we're not gonna need the blender for this. Not the blender, the hand whisk. So you can throw this into the sink to clean. Now we're gonna be wanting to put this dough into the fridge. So therefore, not the usual way you do it. Take a plastic bag, put it all over your counter, and then put the dough in the middle, spread it out, and then put it in the fridge for about 1 hour. I'm taking my red velvet dough and dumping it right in there. This is how it looks like. Okay, so now with your hands, or you can use this, but it's more hard with this. Spread it out in a layer, not thin layer, but a good enough layer. And not touching the edges. Now fold this part inside. Get all the sides covered. You know, I love baking. I started cooking actually, I wasn't cooking at first, I was actually baking. And yeah, baking is like, my mom genuinely hates baking. Like, hates it. And I love it. It's very relaxing playing with dough. It's like super fun. Okay. Now that I wrap this up, I'm gonna take a little skewer and make a little hole inside to get all that air out. This is how it should look like. Yeah, that's why I call it red velvet. Now look at that. Beautiful, beautiful thing. Now leave it in the fridge to chill for 1 hour. For the filling, as I said earlier, 173 grams of Philadelphia and the amount of sugar I said earlier. Just mix them together, put them into hemispheres of about 4 centimeters, and put them into the freezer. If you don't have the semispheres, then you can just model it as you want, just like little round things, and put it into the freezer for about 30-60 minutes. And guys, don't be dumb like me, because I forgot to add the white chocolate to the cookie dough, so I have to get it out. And if this happens to you, just like get them over the cookie. So take the chocolate out, Measure the amount. Take a knife and chop it up. Put your chocolate bar on top. Or like, press it in. And now put it back in the fridge, and don't be like me, watch the full video before you're doing it, because usually I would have put it in the mixture but I forgot. So this is how it now looks like. I just put it on top and put it into the fridge. Back to our ganache filling. Add in your cream cheese and your sugar. 173 grams of this thing of Philadelphia cheese. We're also gonna be needing some cream cheese later, so now again with this palette thing, which is actually very good. I like it a lot because you can get in every single space with it and cleans up very easily. Mix the cream cheese with the sugar. This doesn't need to be fully mega incorporated, just for it to be like mixed together. Just like that. Done. I'll get your spheres out. I'm using this baking tray. Now with a spoon, take a little bit of this. And don't worry about getting it dirty, because if you're not gonna get it dirty, then you're never gonna finish this job. This recipe makes about 12 cookies, so I'm just gonna be aiming to make 12 of these. And now when you're very good with the spoon, get everything off and make the last few. And don't waste food. Okay, now again with this, press it down. It doesn't matter of the shape, because anyways you're gonna cook it, so it's gonna like incorporate with everything. Okay, now get these beautiful things into the freezer with a thin layer of baking foil again for 60 minutes or until they're completely hard. Now let's make the ganache. Now this ganache, this is the thing that really needs a lot of patience with. Add your cream, 119 grams if you forgot, into something you can heat it up with. Then heat it up until warm, and then pour over your chocolate. Mix together until the chocolate is completely melted. Then add your Philadelphia cheese and leave in the fridge for 4 hours. 4 hours, yeah, I know. Okay, I'm gonna be putting this on the heat, and then I'm gonna be showing you how to chop up the chocolate. in the same bowl with your other cream cheese. It's technically the same thing, but you just add chocolate and no sugar. Yeah? You chop up your chocolate and just put it in. Not chop finely because it's gonna be warm. The whiskey and cream is gonna be very warm, so then it's gonna melt all the chocolate down. So for the ganache, 90 grams of white chocolate, just into those squares, how they come already made, because it's gonna melt, as I said earlier. So just do that. I know it's a long video, but when making something like this, rather than just telling you what to do, you need to show. So therefore, you will know how to do it with every single step. So hold on tight. Now that this is boiling, add it in slowly. And let it melt all that chocolate, all the beautiful chocolate. Keep mixing until all the chocolate is dissolved. Then add in your Philadelphia cheese and let it sit in the fridge for 4 hours. And for this one, it's no more or less, because 4 hours is the minimum actually to make this ganache, because a ganache needs to be very, very silky smooth and to hold its shape. And that can only happen when it's set really firm, really well. Now that this has melted, add in 130 grams of Philadelphia cheese. Done. I've added all my Philadelphia cheese. Mix it up. Okay, now for the red fruit jelly. Add your red fruit, of course, jam. Take it to a simmer, and then when it reaches 60 degrees Celsius, add your sugar and agar-agar, and then keep mixing constantly, no stopping. Do that, keep mixing for about 30 to 60 seconds, then transfer it to a container, put plastic foil in contact with the jelly, and leave it in the fridge for 30 minutes, 1 hour. I won't be able to mix in front of you because I need to keep it on the fire. So just now I'm going to be adding my agar-agar 3 grams and 63 grams of sugar, mixing it, then removing it off the heat after 30 seconds, 60 minutes of mixing, and adding in my citric acid. I'm adding in my agar-agar mixture into a bottle, then transferring it to the fridge with, again, plastic foil on top. If you made it this far into the recipe, just know there's not gonna be anything harder than what you just did. So technically what you do now is unwrap your dough, just like that. Then take a tray and then start getting the dough into little balls, then break it in half, put this stuff in the middle, covered, and then put it into the tray. About 12 per tray. About no more than 6 a tray. I mean, you could do more depending on how big your tray is. You get baking paper. You set it in here. You get your red velvet mixture and start carving. Also, if you want, you can add some chocolate in the middle or along the way. Now, make it into a pancake. So like flat, not like actually a pancake. Make it as flat as a pancake. Get this mixture, put it into the middle. Put a piece of chocolate. Take the other half. Make this half also a pancake, but a bigger one this time, because you're gonna need to cover it up with this one. And now cover them up, squeeze the edges together, and you have just made a perfect red velvet cookie. Look, just like that. Put it into the tray. Make it a little bit flat. And add one last, and at the end, you can add some chocolate on top. Okay, so keep doing this until you finish all. I'm gonna come back with you guys when I finish them all. These are my cookies. They look beautiful. I'm gonna shove them into the oven at 200 degrees, heating up and down for about 16 minutes or until they're fully cooked. But before you put them into the oven, 30 minutes in the fridge. Going in. Okay, I've cooked my cookies. They look beautiful. A little bit brown, but that's because of the food coloring. Now, I've got my jelly out of the fridge. I've blended it to be smooth. Get it into a piping bag and pipe it on top of the cookies, whatever shape you like. Then, with the ganache, this is a cream whipper. Now, what you need to do is add this in. Then you're gonna have to do this very tightly. And then there's this. This is N2O, which you practically put it in here and then you release it. And it leaves this, and it makes your cream very frothy. So you're gonna use about 2 of them and make sure to mix it up. And then again, pipe it however you like. Maybe I'm gonna show how to pipe it, but you know, it's however you like to pipe it. But I am gonna show you how to set this beautiful thing up. Okay, so open it, pour your ganache inside. Okay, I've done that. Now that you've done that, get this. Oh, and here's where you need to pay attention. Lock it very tightly, very tightly. No air should be able to escape. And now, get whatever type of pipe you want to like pipe out. I think I'm gonna use this one. Screw it in. And this is here. When you're gonna pipe it through, you're gonna like bend it down and then press this to get everything out. But when you're putting this cartilage in, don't do that because it's gonna explode. Not like explode like boom. It's gonna explode as in you're gonna make a big mess. Now you're gonna have this part and get this cartilage this way with this pointy bit at the top. Get it in. Then put it in here. You can also put this later. And now here, you're gonna hear a sound. It's not loud. And this is, you need to do this really fast. You heard that? Now that's how you know that it's getting whipping. And I'll mix it up. Get it out. Get your second one in. And done. That's it. And you've just created the easiest whipping cream ever. Here are the cookies. They look beautiful, don't they? And firstly, before you're putting this into the cookies, try it out in a spare glass. Yup, now that's beautiful. Okay. This is how they currently look. Beautiful. That's good. Remove this out of the way and put the jam in. Yeah, the gelatin, not the jam. And you're done.